Hello, everyone. This is Andrei, and you are on a new episode of the Marketing Innovation Podcast Show. Our special guest for today is Simon Severino, who is an internationally renowned CEO, coach, and business transformation pro, and founder of the StrategySprints.com. Today, we will discuss strategies for increasing business profitability and productivity, brand consistency, as well as specific marketing strategies that can turn around business performance. Without further ado, Simon, it's a pleasure to have you here on the show. How are you?
Hey, Andrei, excited to be here. Hello, Marketing Innovation Nation.
Hello. I like the energy. We started off well. So it's a lot of interesting things that we can dive into today. And I'm really looking forward to it. I know you have a wealth of experience working with CEOs across the world. So it was really exciting finding out more about your work. What we're going to do, I think, is try to take as much as we can in this episode of your insights and knowledge, if that's okay with you as well, and apply it to our audience, which is in a large proportion CEOs and founders of their own businesses, but as well as marketing leaders. So I feel there's a good synergy within the two subjects, and I think it's a lot of transferable skills and insight that can be, brought to the surface. So if it sounds good to you, let's have some fun.
It's tough times, Andrei. Right now, running a business is really hard. And it always has been hard, but COVID has accelerated stuff. And so if you don't were sprinting, now you have a problem. If you don't run your company in a very lean and adaptive way, now you have a double problem. And if you are not built like Lego instead of Duplo in many small parts that you can recombine quickly, you have a problem. So it was always tough to run a business. Now it's double tough. So let's share with your audience a couple of things that they can do right now to get back on track. Because sales is much harder right now, and many of us need to change their offer according to the new needs of their people, because their life has changed. So of course their needs have changed. We cannot do whatever we were doing before. Mm-hmm. 3 habits that I use with in my personal life, running a business as a CEO of a global company that works in 114 countries. I have certified strategy sprint coaches doing their magic every day with companies that are unicorns and are valuated at $1 billion, but also with solopreneurs running a one-person marketing agency, a one-person SaaS startup, a one-person consultancy, IT consultancy, management consultancy. And so what we help them install now is a system to get the right numbers of what's going on. Because most people don't have their data. They don't have market data. Some people have market research. The big ones have market research. But that's not your data, because the data of, if you say, okay, there is this market that can be exploited, well, that's a theory. That's not a data, because maybe Elon Musk can exploit it, but you don't if you don't have these people right now warm on your email list. So you just won't get to this market. That's why market research is not helpful. What is helpful is having your own data right now. And by that, I mean, how many people were today on your website? How many of them are interested? How many of them are engaged? They're clicking a lot of stuff. And so what's the one thing in your system that helps you with one click to connect to them and to move them forward in the next stage and in the next stage and in the next stage? This is the system that we need right now. We need to know who wants something from us. And what's the one button that I click that sends out the right template, the right message, so that I can do it 80 times, 100 times today, so that in total we will have around 900 conversations this week. And so next week we can close 5 of them. Mm-hmm. That's the system that we need right now. We call it the value ladder. I have just posted a video on LinkedIn and YouTube about how we do it. It would be a bit long, but let me tell you the core. The core is a daily habit, a weekly habit, and a monthly habit. Daily habit. How are you spending your time? So you are a marketing manager, or you are an entrepreneur who has marketing duties. How are you spending your time? Write it down. So 6:30 running, 8 breakfast, 9 LinkedIn. Okay, write it down. And you will find that not every hour that you put in is on the highest leverage point. Maybe wasting 30 minutes on Clubhouse is a high leverage marketing activity for you. Maybe not. I guess not. It is only a high leverage activity if it builds on everything else marketing and it creates a conversation that in the next 30 days will become a high ticket client. Does it really? Or does it just create 15 Instagram followers? Then you're wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
This is the example. So we go through the time. How are we allocating it? And in the evening, I ask myself 2 questions. So 5-minute reflection of the day. Which one task should I give somebody else because they can do it better? And the second question, if I would live more intentionally and more freely, what would I do tomorrow? That's my daily habit. If you install this daily habit, you have 1 foot back in control of this crazy ride that is this year. Mm-hmm. 1 foot, because at least you are in control of your time and you have more intentionality on how you spend your time.
Mm-hmm. Good insight. How about weekly one?
Weekly habit, get your numbers, collect your own data, your own data, not the theoretical data, the benchmarks, because as soon as there are benchmarks, this is old data. And even if it's current data, doesn't mean that you have access to these people. So forget market research, collect your own data. What's your own data? Collect the main 3 numbers for marketing of this week, operations of this week, sales of this week. Pick your 3, but usually marketing numbers. Okay, how many conversations did we start? How many engaged people did we have this week on our website? How many subscribed for our newsletter or downloaded the PDF? Mm-hmm. For example, 3 numbers. And you track these 3 numbers every 7 days. We do it every Friday. In the Friday meeting, 3 weekly numbers. What do we learn? Hey, why do we have 14 more subscribers this week? What happened? Was it a video? Was it a person? Was it a process? What is working? Because we will double down on what's working. What's not working? Because we'll stop doing it. Mm-hmm. Same with the operations numbers. How many clients did we fulfill this week? How many needs did we completely fulfill? What else do they need? And how many of that did we build this week? Mm-hmm. Sales numbers. How many conversations on the calendar? So how many sales calls were scheduled on the calendar of our people or sales team or my calendar? How many of them did we convert into a client? How many follow-ups did we do with the ones we didn't convert? Can be 3 very relevant numbers, very simple to track. You can track them in a spreadsheet. We do it in a spreadsheet, in a Google Sheet. Simple as that, 3 numbers, 3 numbers, 3 numbers. But every 7 days, you collect these numbers, you discuss these numbers. What works, you double down on it. What doesn't work, you stop doing it.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned also, I'm just deriving a bit to to go into the monthly habit now. But I just get a feel of something that has been very, much in conversation amongst us, the marketers, which is, trying to automate a lot of the communications that we have and getting people, through that funnel and, trying to deliver the right message at the right time. I feel there's an element of this in what you are saying as well. And I was wondering if you can give us a bit more insight into how you coach your clients to do it well, if they already have a bit of that in place. I know you are doing that already because I received your email sequence after we booked this.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are on top of it. But I would like to let people know a bit about the insights of what you are proposing.
Yeah, email is a core of the sales system. Because how to nurture people, you know that for a high ticket B2B complex sales, you need 8 to 14 touch points before you close. Now, how to create 8 to 14 touch points? You cannot fly, you cannot go to conferences, you cannot drink 12 coffees with them. So what you do? email comes in really handy, because with a good email funnel, and we implement this with every single client, a sales time which was maybe 12 months or 6 months, you can turn it into 12 days. By intensifying the relationship. So you want to build trust, expertise, and curiosity. For us, the most important piece is curiosity. So we try to always write only about relevant things, very respectful, very relevant, very valuable, never selling. And then always inspiring curiosity. We want to shift to an open, curious conversation. Oh, I want to know. Oh, let's discuss. And emails as often as possible and as vulnerable as possible. Real stuff. I never write, this is the company speaking to you. This is the CEO speaking to you. It's Simon. Hi, it's Simon. This is what's going on right now. My goodness, did you know this? Oh, my friend Nadim did a video. Do you want to see it? That's what I sent out 1 hour ago. I have a new sprint coach. He did an amazing video. I'm curious what you say about it. And in this video, these 7 minutes, they are gold. This is better than an MBA. Just the email I sent today is better than an MBA, because it's a full checklist of a full funnel. Other people would sell this. I just give it away to everybody in my email list. This is how important the people are for me on the email list. The email list is the heart and center of everything. That's the only place you can sell in this funky year. Everything else is changing all the time. Facebook algorithm will change in June. Google algorithm can change whenever it wants. Clubhouse might not be there in 2 months from now, because there is enough competition, but your email list will always be there.
And just make it clear for everybody here. So we are talking B2B, and also B2B high ticket clients, corporations and everything, and not only,
both. B2B and B2C. So the video today was about how to apply this for B2C. That's what Nadim did, because he's our SaaS and B2C whisperer. But I do only B2B, for example. And the same principles apply. It's always a human-to-human conversation. The only difference B2B, B2C is in B2B, you need 5 clients per year. In B2C, you need 5,000. That's the only difference. But you are always, hopefully, thinking of one person, whatever you do. When you build a feature, you think of this one person, and you care, and you do a great job with love. When you write an email, you write to one person. Okay, it goes to 5,000 one persons, but it's one person you are writing to. It's always intimate. It's always personal. So B2B, B2C is a differentiation, but it's not really that of a difference. If you think from heart to heart, and this is how we should run businesses as entrepreneurs, from heart to heart, like you would talk to your kids, to your friends, from heart to heart, and something valuable, then it's the same B2B or B2C.
Super. That was a nice inside bullet. So now let's move to the monthly goal.
Monthly now, because we are strategy sprints, so we have to talk strategy also. But do not spend too much time on strategy. Strategy is dead. You need just strategizing, which means once a month, take half an hour and do these 2 things, positioning and mindset. Positioning. In this half an hour, with our tools, you can do it in half an hour. Without our tools, I guess you need 3 days. But you can get our tools at strategysprints.com/tools. They are open source. So with our tools, half an hour, you think, are we selling to the right people? Are we solving the right problem at the right price in the right way? These are the positioning questions. And so you check your positioning. If it is the case everywhere, check, you're done in half an hour. If not, then you have a 1 hour workshop more to go and solve that. The second question is confidence, which is a mindset element. How confident are we that we are solving this as the best possible solution? So our thing is the best thing that can happen if you have this problem. From 1 to 100%, How sure are we? And we need 100% from every single team member. If one says 99% or below, that's what we need to solve next. Nothing else matters. Nobody else will believe in it. There is always a gap between your confidence and what other people believe. So if you imagine Michael Jordan, of course he has the skills, but if he goes into the game with just 60% confidence, he can only get across 50% results. Mm-hmm. That's not enough. So in that moment, you need 100%. Because if you are in a sales call and they ask you, yeah, but are you sure this is the right thing for me? And you are not sure, whatever you say, they will feel it and they will not buy. You have to be at 100% so that they can get across, let's say, 80% or 60%. Because there is always this transfer gap between your confidence and their confidence. So ask yourself this question very truly in the team. Is this the best solution to that pain? And do we believe 100% in it? Otherwise, go and improve the product or improve the messaging.
Mm-hmm. And I feel this goes a bit into what you mentioned in the beginning of our conversation, which is, and I know you guys and everybody actually in business faces this moment when there might be like a problem that seems to be big, or we don't know where to start solving it from. And I feel this would help deconstructing a bit, the issue. So, like, for example, if there's a lack of confidence across the team, trying to identify where that comes from specifically, which team member or which issue of which team member, and then trying to work it out bit by bit and reconstructing it again, as you said, Sam, in the beginning, having like this puzzle that you can deconstruct it a bit, solve the issues, reconstruct back stronger in a way.
Absolutely, yeah. And yes, ask everybody, but when they answer, don't make it a personal issue. Don't discuss it about that person, because that person is only the canary singing the song that is in everybody. Mm-hmm. So that will be a symptom. The person, whoever it is, that is below confidence will be only a symptom. Bring it back on the whole team level, on the system level, and everybody owns it. And together you solve it. That's important.
Got you. And also now there's another thing that I captured my eye when I was reading through, your credentials that I wanted us to touch on a bit, and that was creating maximizing your return on luck. Can you tell us more about that and where the concept has started from, as well as, like a little bit of how we can take it and apply it within businesses and maybe specifically marketing departments?
So Jim Collins coined the ROL, the return on luck, and said that some people just have so much more results from the same resources than others. And he started this research and he said they execute more. I took it and I went, all right, how can we create a blueprint, a checklist, an applicable piece so that everybody can execute more? What is it, execute more? What does it mean? How do 74 templates, sales templates, marketing templates, operation templates, how you break it down? How can you execute more? And so the principle is divide the work in chunks that are so small that they can be built, measured, and reflected upon in 7 days. That's the principle of how we build all these templates. And the idea of Jim Collins was luck is there. There is luck in the world, but it lands on some fields and not on others. So how can you prepare the field for luck to land on your field? Mm-hmm. And the idea is, well, it's simple. If you do just one thing, then it's unlikely that this is a full field. How do you create a full field? Well, you try out 50 things and then one will hit. That's how you do it. The theory is simple, but how you do it in practice. And that's why we created the templates that are so small, like Lego, that you can run 50 experiments in parallel. If you have 50 people, you can do 50 experiments in 1 week. If you have 25 people, you can do 50 experiments in 2 weeks, etc. So you can do very quick parallel experiments until you find the one thing that works. That's how you maximize your return on luck.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So again, for the templates, they are for free and they are on strategysprints.com/templates, right?
Tools. Strategysprints.com/tools.
Super. So we'll have a link to that in the description of this episode. And Simon, as I know you are going into a meeting right now and we have to wrap it up, I would like for the people that are on here and would like to find out more about your work as well as, so guys, the templates are for free. So make sure you head over to this link. I had a look through the website and through these, and they are really, really helpful, mainly if you are not sure about what you're doing now, marketing-wise, but also business. So it's always a good chance for you to look from another angle and see where opportunities might lay for you to do better. As Simon said, in these strange times, which continue to happen even 1 year later from the pandemic start. And Simon, if people want to get in touch with you and maybe discuss a bit more their business strategy or things or areas they think you might be able to work together, what would be the best way for them to get in touch with you or to find out more about what you are doing with your company?
I hang out in our Facebook community, which is called Entrepreneurship in Sprints. You can tag me there with your current sales problems, marketing problems. I'm happy to answer there. And otherwise, it's strategysprints.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, Simon, it was a pleasure to have you here on the show. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, wishing you all the very best. Thank you for the insights and bullets of information. This was really helpful. And let's keep in touch. If there's anything, guys, if there's anything that we touched upon and you'd like us to maybe explore a bit further, let us know, either myself or Simon, and we'll probably try to make it happen. Simon, if you're up for for a second round.
Always.
Super. We'll try to organize. And until next time, guys, keep rocking it. Thank you for tuning in today again. Simon, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Andrei. Thank you, Marketing Innovation Nation.
Super. And until next time, have an awesome one. Keep rocking it and stay safe. Speak soon.